And it's like
just enough every time.
For him, where he's at, that's like I know he's gonna murder that shit. I know he is. Yo, can you grab that for me, Usher? Please.
Oh, but when he told me Kendrick, it just made so much sense. Oh, what was this brilliance? Oh, so good. So excited to hear that record.
I never thought Kendrick, but there's a couple other people I thought would have called my name by now that I never did. But
is that what you're waiting for, the name call?
I'm waiting for it. I'm ready for it. Not waiting for it, but I'm ready for it.
Welcome to my channel. Smash that like button and hit subscribe. You're not gonna want to miss this. Now listen, Drake and the rest of these so-called heavyweights in hip-hop better step aside, because what we just found out, it's about to flip the whole game upside down. Drake really thought he had it in the bag. He dropped that grainy Nokia-looking video and figured he was on track for another #1.
My intent, I think from day one, was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as like, as a collaborative effort, you know, that's cool too, but I love when artists grit their teeth. What I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back and you didn't see that grit, you didn't see that bite anymore. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
He thought the coast was clear, that the sound of hip-hop right now was dry enough for him to slide in easy. But nope, that dream just got crushed in real time. Because guess what? For the first time since the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar was spotted out in the open.
I really do this like as far as writing goes.
And not just chilling. Nah, he was out there working, locked in on something serious. And the way this went down, from who was around to what exactly was being filmed, this ain't just some regular drop. It's a full-on setup for something major.
It would have to be warranted, because it would be scathing. The bars would be scathing.
This is Kendrick we're talking about. And he's clearly got something massive locked and loaded, ready to shake the whole scene up again. Before we dive into all the wild details and break down exactly what Kendrick is about to hit Drake with, just know this ain't looking good for anyone banking on Drake's song being a comeback. It's about to flop.
I see Kendrick tomorrow, I'm gonna dap him. I didn't feel a way about that verse. I get it. I get the moment. Like, you know, he's a good guy. And like, I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love. So it's like, he didn't come on there on some wild, like, yeah, I'm in New York, everybody don't look at me. Like, I'm the king. So it was, you know, it was one of those things. It's like, I almost wish he had come in there on that shit because I kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really fuck everybody, then it needs to be fuck everybody. It just can't be halfway for the sake of the people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's just how I feel.
Hard. It seriously helps me out big time when you hit that subscribe, especially right now as we're watching what might just be one of the wildest comebacks in music history unfold before our eyes. No joke. This might be Kendrick Lamar's most iconic run yet. And just like he always does, the real king of hip-hop showed up when no one saw it coming. Out of nowhere, Kendrick popped back up, and the whole internet went into a frenzy off just a glimpse of him. But here's where it gets crazy. He wasn't just casually stepping outside. Nah, Kendrick was filming something. And from what's been confirmed, it looks like a full-blown music video in the making. And the way this was set up,
I don't like confrontation, but I'm also not the guy, especially when it comes to rap.
yeah, it's looking next level. From the props being used to the scene itself, you can actually see what's going on pretty clearly. To the people who were right there on set with him, everything points to something massive brewing, like confirmed massive. Once you spot that GNX car sitting there and realize Kendrick's personal stylist was right in the mix, that's when it hits. This ain't no small drop. This is big production energy. And from how detailed and locked in everything looks, Kendrick and his crew are clearly cooking up something huge behind the scenes.
I'm not the guy, but there's a reason why they don't call my name. I'm not the guy. I'm not the one.
Drake better go ahead and stash that little blurry Nokia-looking video somewhere safe, or just run for cover, because what Kendrick's about to drop, it's not just next level, it's career-crushing if you're not ready. The real warning sign for everybody in hip-hop right now isn't just that Kendrick is back, it's how tight his whole circle keeps things under wraps. This man moves in silence. Every project, every shoot, every move is always locked down in private. So the second we saw Kendrick intentionally out in public, letting folks catch a glimpse, that's no accident. Kendrick and his team knew exactly what they were doing. They either allowed it to leak or flat out wanted it to get people talking, and clearly it worked. And that tells us one major thing. Something's coming and it's coming fast. Whatever they're putting together is about to drop soon, and it's got real weight behind it. And here's why the pressure is sky high right now. Folks from Drake's camp, especially over at OVO, have been trying to snoop around and mess up Kendrick's surprises. They've literally got people watching and waiting just to ruin his rollouts. We already saw this kind of sneak move happen with the Super Bowl situation. They tried it then too. So the fact Kendrick's team let this get out, that means they're ready. They're moving different. And the moment this drops, it's gonna shake everything up fast. Now with Kendrick's tour locked in and the world finally seeing he's back in motion, there's a real sense of urgency in the air. People know he's not just outside for no reason. He's working, and it's about to get real. As for the actual visuals he was filming, some fans out there started running wild with rumors, saying it looked like a good credit music video featuring Playboy Cardi. That talk started flying around just because of the location, a spot Cardi's almost trademarked at this point, thanks to how often he's used it in his own stuff. But let's be real here, it doesn't add up. Kendrick pulling up in a GNX, that's not something Cardi would be tied to, especially for that kind of collab. And on top of that, it doesn't even line up with what Cardi's team is pushing right now. If you take a look at how Cardi's upcoming album is being handled, it's clear they're putting most of their energy into the track with The Weeknd. That's the one they're setting up to be the big hit, not anything with Kendrick. Even though the Kendrick features are pulling big numbers from star power alone, it doesn't look like Cardi's side is prioritizing those. So the idea of a giant moment between Kendrick and Cardi being filmed like this, it wouldn't make sense unless they were pouring real resources into it, which they're not. Plus, let's be honest, nothing about that set had Cardi's chaotic, off-the-wall vibe. His style wasn't anywhere to be found. That GNX showing up on set, that's a dead giveaway. This whole thing has Kendrick Lamar written all over it. It's crystal clear that he's the one calling the shots on this. So before we even go deeper, we can confidently say, this is 100% a Kendrick Lamar project. Now that we've got that locked in, the big question is, what exactly is this? The internet's going wild trying to crack it. Everyone's throwing out theories, and for good reason. Meanwhile, Drake is still out here pushing that blurry Nokia video, hoping it'll score him a #1. He's going all in trying to give that song a final boost. But on the other side, some are saying what Kendrick was filming could be the official video for Luther. And if that's true, it changes everything. It actually makes a lot of sense. When a song like Luther is already dominating the charts, it's only right to follow up with a high-impact video to keep the momentum rolling. And let's be real, Luther isn't just a hit, it's one of the biggest records the industry's seen in a minute. So if Kendrick's next drop is the Luther music video, that's a checkmate move. It's gonna lock that #1 spot down even tighter, while Drake's Nokia move won't even come close to touching it. And just like that, this might be yet another chess move in Kendrick Lamar's genius blueprint to shift hip-hop on his own terms and keep full control of the narrative. He's not just making songs, he's flipping the whole board. Now, when it comes to whether this new visual is actually the Luther music video, there's some serious debate, especially since in recent interviews, SZA's been saying how packed both her and Kendrick's schedules have been. That alone tells us a lot about how calculated every move in this rollout has been. So if Luther really does have a video on the way, and it feels like it does, there's a good chance it was filmed a while back, maybe even around the time they launched the Grand National Tour together. That timing would have been perfect for locking in something big without drawing attention. I'm telling you right now, the Luther video is coming. And in the next wave of Kendrick's genre-defining plan, it might just drop on the same day as Drake's Nokia rollout. Imagine the impact. Kendrick could completely overshadow it in one move again. That would be another huge win in the books for him, but let's be clear. Whatever Kendrick was just filming in these latest visuals, it don't look like Luther. Just take a look for yourself. The vibe, the energy, the whole setup feels totally different. And just like with the Cardi rumors, there's no sign of SZA anywhere in sight. So whatever's coming, it's something else entirely. And let's be real, when you look at Luther, that track only works because Kendrick and SZA brought that magic together as a duo. Their chemistry is what made the song so powerful. So it wouldn't even make sense to have a music video with just Kendrick and not include her in it. That's why this recent shoot, it's clearly something different. Yeah, the Luther music video is definitely coming, and it's gonna steamroll whatever hype Drake's Nokia track was holding on to. But Kendrick's plans go way beyond just one video. There's something deeper brewing here, and the clues are all in the location. This spot they were filming at is not just some random backdrop. It's right near home for Kendrick, and that matters. He doesn't pick locations lightly. The whole setup, from the frame layout to the energy and the visuals, feels personal and intentional. It gives off the vibe that this is bigger than just another single. And with so many key people from Kendrick's inner circle involved on set, yeah, something major is being cooked up. Now people are throwing out guesses, saying it might be for Hey Now, or maybe even TV Off. And sure, TV Off sounds like a real possibility with the tone of what we've seen, but honestly, I don't think it's either of those. What is starting to feel more and more likely is that we're looking at the beginning of a whole new phase, possibly the deluxe or complete version of the GNX project. And whatever this is, it's not just another music video, it's a launch pad. Something fresh is coming, and Kendrick is clearly gearing up to lead with it. The reason I'm saying this feels way bigger than just another video drop, it's all in the placement. Specifically that GNX car. That detail alone tells us everything we need to know, because when Kendrick uses that car, it's never just for style. It's a signal. Think back to the Super Bowl for a second. We already know Kendrick is one of the most calculated storytellers in the game. When he stood beside or right on top of that GNX, he was performing a snippet that hadn't even dropped yet. It was the same one we first heard in the album trailer. That wasn't just a performance, that was a message being sent loud and clear. Now fast forward to these new visuals. That same Grand National is back, and history tells us Kendrick only brings that thing out when something huge is coming. It's not a prop, it's a symbol, and one he only pulls into frame when the moment really matters. For his career, for the culture, for the whole rap game. Every time the GNX shows up, it's attached to a major move. From the interview he did with SZA, where hints about the GNX album were already baked in before the public even knew the title, to the album trailer, to that Super Bowl performance, the GNX has always been a piece of the puzzle. So now that it's back in the spotlight again, that means something's coming that's about to shift the whole landscape again. Every single time we see that GNX parked next to Kendrick, something in hip-hop shifts. It's not just a car, it's a signal that whatever move he's about to make is gonna ripple through the entire culture. And based on that alone, plus the timing, this feels massive. Kendrick is about to kick off what's being called the biggest tour in hip-hop history. So you know he's setting the stage for something unforgettable. Whatever they were filming in that moment, it's not just another video, it's something built to break the internet. This isn't about a song we've already heard 100 times. This feels like a rollout that's tied to that unreleased snippet from the trailer and Super Bowl, the one fans have been begging for. All the signs point to it. From the trailer where the GNX first appeared, to the Super Bowl stage, and now to this latest shoot, it feels like Kendrick's weaving a visual storyline through every appearance. And this might be the final piece of that story, where the full snippet finally drops and takes us into a new chapter of whatever he's building. But this is bigger than just a new record. Kendrick's not just showing up, he's pressing forward with purpose. And by doing this now, right before the tour, he's stepping straight into the chaos that Drake and his crew keep stirring up and shutting it all down with real art and focus. While others are scrambling for clout, Kendrick is out here crafting a legacy, move by move. And with this next move, Kendrick's about to send a loud message straight to everyone trying to twist hip-hop into something it's not. He's letting them know, loud and clear, that the reckless clout chasing and chaos won't fly anymore. As long as he's in control of moments like these, this shift we're seeing in the genre, it's not slowing down, it's only getting stronger. But honestly, no matter what this new video turns out to be, whether it completes that long-awaited snippet, pushes his era even further, or hey, maybe I was wrong and it is for Luther or TV Off, the bigger picture is what matters here. Kendrick is moving with purpose, and every visual he drops is crafted to match the depth of his music. He's not just delivering songs, he's telling full-on stories. We're witnessing a historic run in real time, a run that's only picking up more power with each step. And through all of this, it's becoming clear, Kendrick is not playing with this era. He's pushing the boundaries of what hip-hop can look like, not just in sound, but in feel, in rollout, in impact. Even with a wall full of titles, records, and legendary milestones already under his belt, Kendrick's still out here working like he's just getting started. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just focused, powerful storytelling. And a grip on the culture that nobody else in the game is even close to right now. Kendrick just keeps pushing the limits, finding new ways to redefine what greatness even means in hip-hop. And if this is how he's kicking off his tour, with whatever this mystery video turns out to be, then one thing's for sure, the culture is in very good hands. Because honestly, having someone like Kendrick at the forefront, someone who actually cares this deeply about his craft, the art of rap, and the legacy of the genre, that's something rare, especially in an industry where folks like Drake are still out here playing games and chasing attention. Kendrick isn't just making music, he's building something that'll outlive all the gimmicks. If he keeps going at this pace, he's gonna take hip-hop to places we've never seen before, and take his own legacy to an even higher level in the process. This isn't just a rollout, this is a movement, and Kendrick is showing us what it looks like when you treat your art with real purpose. Now, with all that said, I really want to hear your thoughts. What do you think Kendrick has been teasing with this new visual? What do you think it means for this era he's building, and how it ties into everything from the trailer to the Super Bowl to now? Drop all your thoughts below. Every detail, every theory, I'm reading all of it. And if you stuck around this long, don't forget to like the video and hit subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. It seriously helps me a ton when you hit that like, drop a comment, and subscribe, especially right now when hip-hop is in one of its wildest moments ever. Depending on which artist you're talking about, this era is either about legacy or collapse, and we're seeing both unfold at the same time. So if you're tapped in and riding with real artistry, show love. Hit that like, share this with somebody who needs to hear it, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear everything you think about what Kendrick's doing right now. And if you really want to see how messy it's gotten on the other side, check out the suggested video next. That's where we break down how Drake just made his situation even worse, getting exposed for ghostwriters and not keeping it real on some of his biggest songs ever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. It's about to get even crazier.